can't see it on this end. Isn't that strange?
That is weird, yeah.
But that means that one of my moderators has blocked you commenting.
Oh, okay. That's a catfish for you. I've had loads of them.
Hi guys, so I've had quite a few messages over the last couple of days asking me how do I know Emma Cockerill. I just want to get it straight, I do not know her. She contacted me about a year and a half ago, basically telling me that she had been trolled by Humble, John Wason.
Steve Max on you, lots of people are supporting you, Sammy. But it's horrendous, the things that they say.
Now, I didn't know Humble Dryer or John Wason, or his girlfriend Donna. The reason my name got pulled into it was because of a couple of men that were actors on my film set in 2017 and 2018. So these men are Stu Armstrong, Aaron Twin, Clark Tribe, Mason Fardo, Christopher Smith. Christopher Smith was the guy that stole the copyright infringement to my film Refid 3 times. He is a proper freak who literally stalked my IMDb pages and all my other work pages for years, putting up nasty statements, slagging off my work, false Facebook pages, trying to rope people in that didn't get on with me or didn't like me. Really playground bullshit, but he is disgusting. He literally makes my skin crawl. If you actually read over the messages that he sent me, he likes to body shame women, send rape threats and talk about women's genitals. Vile creature. So having my day in court with him was brilliant, and a great ending. But unfortunately, even though I've proven everything that these men are doing, they seem to have a little team behind them. And I couldn't work out what was going on, especially the women that were backing these kind of men up. I mean, you only have to go on Google to see that Clark Tribe's been done for attempted murder and ABH. He's also known for beating on women. This is somebody that Mason likes to back up and give me hassle for. So over the last few years, every time they contact me, I've been doing videos and responses to what they've been doing. Now it's gone silent. Clark Tribe's been run off Facebook. Mason's trying his best to pull it all together, but he's ended up making himself look like a right dickhead. Chris Smith is nearly £800 out of pocket. So my question is, who else is going to fucking mess with me? So since I sued Christopher Smith in the court and he had an injunction placed on him and he was fined £760 for the copyright infringement of Refid, Clark Tribe's done a disappearing act offline, and it seems that Mason Fardo has taken it upon himself to continue harassing me nearly 9 years since I saw him last. If you look at the messages he sends me, he's got really poor grammar and really bad spelling. Hence he spells solicitor with 2 S's. It's quite hard to get into an argument with somebody who is that uneducated. But as you can see at the bottom, he states that he's found me. He mentions that I live in Bedford. Apparently I work in a brothel. And what was it? Sorry, Georgie is coming for me. The only person I know as Georgie is Clark Tribe's friend, Georgie Cray, who's another sad woman that doesn't know me, yet she decided to start her bully tactics, saying that I deserved to get raped a few years ago, and that was in public group chat. So these women are absolutely disgusting. They are the sort of women that will do anything for male validation. And yeah, like I say, these messages all gone to the police. So if anything does happen, there's the evidence. But yeah, basically it doesn't scare me, guys. They're just showing themselves for exactly what they are and proving my point. Proving the point I've been trying to prove for the last 9 years, that they are all a bunch of monsters. These men all collaborated together to pull in complete strangers on various platforms like the Firm Fella page and the UKBK boxing, also the gangster tour buses. And subsequently, I had a load of crazy idiots messaging me rape threats, death threats, just vile, nasty comments, body shaming me. And this went on for about 7 to 8 years. Now, at the time, I believed that this was all down to them getting fired. But what I found out through the Aaron twin and Stu Armstrong getting involved, what this was actually down to me speaking up about a rape that their friend had committed on me in 2018. Now, there were no other reasons for these men to do what they did to me online. So when Emma got in contact with me regarding Humble Dryer, I believed her. And I agreed to back her up and come on her podcast and tell her my experience. Just before we did the interview, Emma told me that Stu Armstrong and Mason Fardeau had both contacted her, threatening her not to have me on the podcast. Now, she ignored this and put me on anyway. But halfway through the interview, she was contacted by someone. You can kind of tell in her face that somebody's told her not to speak to me. A few weeks later, Maria Howarth decided to get involved. Now, this woman is got to be going on 70. She is vile, she drinks a lot, and looks like she smells. Now, she likes to come online and tell complete strangers that they weren't raped and that it never happened. What I've realised about all of these people, they are narcissists. They are so insecure and disgusted with themselves and their own lives that the only entertainment they have is to come online and get at vulnerable people and bully up on people and gang up on people. But what seems to happen now is they've all turned on each other. And if they haven't turned on each other, they've decided to drop out. Now, in this interview podcast I did with Emma, I invited an ex-firm fella onto the show to talk about his experiences. John Silver was the man who told me what was going on and who the men were that were sending me rape threats and death threats. He knew everything because he was once involved with them, and he knows exactly how these people target their victims online. John decided to do the right thing and out all of them. He also decided to save the victims by telling them exactly what was going on, saving a lot of people's mental health. Now, at the time, I really did want to help Emma, but what I've noticed is she is a vile, two-faced piece of shit, which, if I'm honest, I was warned about her before I came onto the show, but I thought, you know, woman in need, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But no. It's obvious that Emma loves the attention. She gets off on it because she gets paid for views. So my advice is when she comes at you, accusing you of all sorts, don't rise up to it because she's getting paid for the clicks and views, guys. This is what it's all about. It's called rage baiting. They'll pick a target, accuse you of all sorts, wind you up so you spend all your time and emotion backing up the fact that you didn't do it, but they know it. And you're paying their YouTube channel subscriptions, however it works. So my advice to the people would be, do not get involved with uneducated pieces of crap. I mean, Emma's even admitted herself she's thick, and I totally agree.
I'm so thick, Sammy.
Humble John also admitted online that he was the one that set me up.
I really want to know who Sammy Lee is, right? And I stupidly, and I've told this 100 times, I've put my hands up to this, I stupidly said, just tell him it's Sammy Lee.
So as you heard there, this guy, John Wason, who does not know me, who has never spoken to me, decided to get involved with the gang of men that were trying to ruin my life. And he admits that he told a pack of people that it was me doing trolling towards a guy called Decker to get himself out of trouble and to get his girlfriend out of trouble. I couldn't understand at the time why this guy was using my name, and then it all became clear. Stu Armstrong and Aaron Twin. I have no idea how he knows Stu Armstrong or why he would invite Aaron Twin onto a podcast to talk about a girl's sexual assault. You see, in this podcast he did with Aaron Twin and Stu Armstrong, he states that he didn't want to get involved in anything to do with a rape investigation. Yet, he gave my rapist's best friend and Stu Armstrong a platform on his YouTube channel to slag me off and basically victim shame me. Now, this is something the predator does when they're trying to silence their victims. They try and get as many people involved to call you a liar, so reality becomes their truth. Lucky for me, I collected enough evidence to prove that they're all a bunch of liars. Now, I don't know if John Wason was involved in it from the beginning or whether he just got contacted by Stu and Aaron and fell for the bullshit. But my point is, if you were a decent person, you wouldn't have entertained it. Funny how you say you don't want to get involved in a rape investigation, but you did. The only conclusion I can come to is that they're all cut from the same cloth. They're a bunch of vile predators that use the internet to target victims. They're a bunch of sad old idiots that have no life, and the only entertainment they have is YouTube. It's pretty pathetic, really. Anyway, I will put the link to the whole interview down in the comments section. There is also a link to every video I've done on these scumbag firm fella trash bags. So you can delve in and see if you notice any names. What really gets me is these guys are like 40, 50 plus years old. It's sad and it's pathetic. Half of them have an opinion about your life, but yeah, they're all crackheads or they've lost their kids in care. I would have to respect you to respect your opinion. Now, for me, it's been very clear of all the trolls since I started sharing their behaviour and the way they speak to women online. Seems they've all crawled under their rocks. I do have a police investigation with Mason at the moment, but I don't have much faith in the police, if I'm honest. Unless they actually turn up at your door and rape you or stab you, there's not much the police are willing to do about it. So my way of fighting back and getting justice is to share it with everybody online to see exactly what they're like and who's telling the truth. I want you guys to know that every single one of these people that I have mentioned contacted me, asking to be a part of my production, asking to be a part of my life. And when they didn't get their own way, they decided to go on the internet and pull in hundreds of thousands of people to try and hate on me. Now, if I wasn't as strong-minded as I am, they could have probably done a lot of damage, but I didn't allow them to. I came online and I shared my story. A lot of people saw the evidence and realised what exactly was going on. But the handful of women and men out there that choose to back these predators, I couldn't understand it at first, but now I do. They're all predators. Narcissistic. They lack empathy, they lack compassion, they get off on chaos and drama. I never asked for any of these people to come into my life. I was just a filmmaker, opening opportunities for people. And I've spent the last 9 years having to battle strangers, dickheads on the internet that haven't got the actual balls to come and speak to me on their real accounts. They have to set up fake accounts to tell me what they think in a bid to try and make me feel bad about myself. It might work on younger women, but not me. You're pathetic, every single one of you. And you know exactly who you are. And when people look at my channel, everybody's going to know exactly who you are. See, the problem Mason's going to have now is that he went public, telling everybody he could how he felt about me, telling people that I was blackballed from the industry, telling people that I lied about being raped, telling people that I lied about suing his mate Chris Smith in court for the copyright infringement. I'm just a liar, apparently. But a year down the line, I've proven it all to be true. And I'm wondering now, are people starting to realise that Mason lied to get them to do his dirty work? Or are they really that thick and that desperate for a role in a movie that they'll continue to protect a predator? Thanks for listening, guys.